All right. So I think some people are getting in now, but I'll just wait for some confirmation by some people. Um, so yeah, if you could please send me a message if you see my screen. All right, thank you. So all right, let's start it off. So good weekend, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. Uh, we'll cover the charts for next week so that everybody has because on Discord it's kind of convoluted sometimes. You can see a lot of charts, but you don't have like, you know what I mean? Like you don't have like one big set of all the, because I could be posting all my charts and all that stuff, but it takes a lot of time. So I think it's better for me to just do a webinar. So again, nothing has really changed that much. As you probably may have seen from my previous webinar, I was looking at this pattern to break the high for it to tank. We never really broke the high, so that was kind of kind of bad for me because I was always waiting for the break of 2818, which never happened. And by the way, this is the S&P 500 chart, so this is the forex chart. So these prices might not be on your charts, but this is because it's the forex chart. Okay, so keep that in mind. Let me just check. Thank you. All right, so I'll be looking at chat at the same time. So if you have questions, you can send them in, and I'll do my best to answer. Wait, let me just I think I need to log into YouTube though. So let me just do this on my phone. Uh, mm, no, okay. So if you have questions, send them in on Discord, and I'll do my best to answer your questions. So send them in on Discord. All right. So everybody understands. Okay. So yeah. So like I said, I was waiting for a break of this high before I shorted, but it didn't break the high. That's a pattern that is kind of uh, it's not common. Uh, like you probably may have already known, I always forecast it to break the high, and then I take the short right there because that's the thing that I've backtested, and that's the thing that I know. And the thing is that you may ask, well, it dipped here. Can you take a short right there because your pattern might be complete? Well, no, because even if it comes all the way back down, I still expect it to go up and then down, right? But it didn't happen, and we straight up tanked, right? And it's unfortunate. So, what do I think will happen now? I think that last week was really boring because nothing has happened. Here, you can see that I was looking at this pattern, like this. I posted some of this chart, like up, sharp, down, and then one other sharp move before a really big sharp wave down, sideways up, and then a small sharp wave down. So it's kind of, you see how these are repeated right there, right? So if I take a copy of this one, right, and then I flip it, you can see that this is this, right? This is actually pretty cool, right? So it's a big sharp up, big sharp down, sideways up, and then another sharp one up, another sharp one down, right? So it's almost the same thing. So as you can see, last week we were forecasting the same thing: sharp up, sideways down, and then another sharp wave up to just slightly break the high, which was exactly what happened here and here, and then for it to continue the down move, right? Because like I said in my previous webinars, um, what do you need for it to continue the down move? You need a sideways correction, and this is called, if this is the completed pattern, which I'm not really sure if it is, then this is just a 1 2 3, right? You break the low of the first wave up, so you don't have to come and break the high, right? You can just end the pattern somewhere here, and then you continue the spike, right? So you have spike 1 2 3, and then the next spike. But the way this is playing out, and this is something that I wanted to show you guys, you can see that this, if I'm saying, well, I'm like, in a way I'm saying that this is a spike, right? But you see how it's moving, right? It's moving very, very slow. So this is why I told my friend, hey, like this week was really bad for traders, because this is something you can't really like make some good money, because it's not, if I'm saying that this is a spike, it's not doing this, it's not doing this, it's not dying, you know, it's going slowly to the downside, which is very frustrating for shorts, because you always get these really wild bounce, but it still goes back up. So in this environment, it's very good to short some calls, all right? And by the way, if you were in the chat, you also saw the short that I took here, that I called in multiple chats. So if you took the 267 Ps, you made some 400%. I think I closed them out for 300%, but you know, it was a good call. And then you had a nice three wave right there. And if you took this one for the spike 1 2 3, break the high, then the next spike, you made some good money, right? And if you look at my other webinar, let's just cover that one quickly. If you look at the previous webinar, Amazon, I basically showed this exact pattern on the webinar, right? 1 2 3, and then you continue the spike, right? So I showed this exact pattern, so you can see, you can go watch it back, and you'll find it, right? But I just wanted to point this out. If you look at the previous webinar, you'll see this, and it's playing out perfectly. All right, so what do I think will happen next week? Here's the thing, I'm not really sure, and this is where, because I'm not really sure what, I have a lot of like I look at the Japanese yen, and I look at this S&P, and this is not really speaking to me. Like I'm looking at the chart, and yeah, of course it should continue the downtrend, but it's not something that I can really like be confident in, like saying, okay, this is for sure going to go down. This is like, I don't really see anything. It could develop in many ways. So what I told people is, hey, wait and just play the smaller patterns. Like play the smaller patterns. If you go on the let's go on the 5 minutes, right? So if we go on the 5 minutes, why did I think that this would go down? Because we came back up. I showed you the really big spike sideways, and then a really small spike, and I was looking at the same thing here, right? We broke this high, we were forming a reversal pattern, 1 2 3 4 5, and then ending diagonal. So this was an easy play, right? And also we had some other things like Netflix, which gave us a really good indication, and I'll go back to it when I cover Netflix. But basically, this is a pattern that is not supposed to continue going back up. This is called a reversal pattern. And when you see price action do this wishy-washy, and you think that we're close to a high, this is usually indication that we are about to reverse, right? So yeah, and I'll show you another. So keep this in mind, guys, and I'll show you another chart where you can actually see this pattern on a monthly. It's on INTC, but you'll see it later. All right, so this is S&P. So basically, when I say, oh, play the smaller patterns, I mean, listen, this could go either up and down. If we get a spike here all the way up, I'll look for a sideways, and then I'll take the next long, right? But if this continues to tank, then I'll have to wait for bigger sideways before I take the next trade down. So all in all, I cannot do anything here. I have to wait for the chart to give me at least something like this, right? At least something like this. Something like that before I take the next short, or a huge spike up, waiting for a sideways, and then taking the next trade, right? So all in all, I would say next week, wait for something clear. I don't see anything clear, so I'll be looking. I'll be waiting for something to be clear. Okay. Yeah, that's S&P 500, Justin. So yeah, that's not SPX. That's S&P 500. Do you reference DMAs or just peaks, throwouts to confirm patterns and set up for entry? So all right, so there's really two patterns that I look for, really, and it's either a regular flat, so you get a spike, and then the regular flat is a 1, 2, 3 that breaks the third leg, breaks the high of the first leg, okay? And as soon as this happens, then I take the next trade to the downside, right? So that's called a regular flat, or you get spike, and then you get a 1, 2, 3 like this, 1, 2, where the second leg breaks the low of the first leg. Well, not breaks the low, but it depends. So if the spike is going down, then yeah, it's going to break the low of the first leg back up. And if it breaks the leg, then you don't have to come and break the high of the first leg. You can just end it here, and this is called a running flat because it's running away from the first high, right? And then you get the next spike down. So you can see the differences in these two patterns, right? Here, the second leg breaks the low, right? You can see that it breaks the low. Here, the second leg doesn't break the low, so it's going to break the high. But here, the second leg breaks the low, so it doesn't have to come and break the high, right? This is called a running flat, and this is called a regular flat. So I've backtested these, and here I have an 83 to 86% chance of from here to go and break this low. So from here to here, 83% chance. So if you put like your R2, so these are amazing R2R patterns, right? And like saying, keep it simple, right? And here, this pattern is a little bit more complex, but as you gain experience, this one is deadly as well. This has also an 83 to 86% chance, right? So yeah. I don't look at DMAs. I just look at what the chart is, like the price action. So I just look at price action. So let me just find something. So yeah, so like this one is very like a correction too, right? This is a 1, 2, 3, and you break the high here, and so you come all the way back down. So like right now, I'm telling you that I had seen this move coming, and I posted it in many places. And same thing here. So this one could be a running flat. So we could go to 3K right now, right? And this one is a regular flat because as you can see, we came all the way back up. Did we break this high? No, we didn't break this high. So it's likely to come and break the low, right? And as soon as you get this, you get a 1, 2, 3 regular flat. And here you have your 83% chance of breaking the next high, right? Okay. So this is your trade, 7 to 1, right? Is this something like that? So that's all I do. That's all I do. I look for price action and the patterns. So you can see a very nice regular flat, running flat, sorry, here before we popped 1, 2, 3. So we popped, and I look at that on different time frames. So I hope that answers your question. And here we had a nice running flat that I had forecasted too. So you know, it's all about patterns, right? Like I told Singh, it's all about patterns. But yeah, so this week I don't see anything major. If you look at the video again, the previous one, what did we say on NQ? Go watch it back. The last 2 weeks webinar, I posted this exact thing, this exact pattern. This is called a running flat, right? And what happened? It tanked. It tanked, right? So that one was easy. Now, what's happening in here is a little bit more complex, right? Because again, we have many in different ways in which this could end up, right? What tells you that this is the spike, this is coming down, and then we go one more up before we tank? This is possible. This is possible. But now you might ask, hey Dragos, can we straight up tank from here? Well, yeah, it is. We could. All right? We could. So this is where you have to be careful. If you're in a short, be wary of a potential spike here. If you're in a short from here or here, start moving your position into profits. Okay, so at least move your position into profits. Check YouTube chat. I'm not checking YouTube chat, bro. Like send. I mean, I can't. I could, but like I don't know. I'll check YouTube chat next time. But for this time, I can't check YouTube chat, dude. Because I can't. I don't know. I don't know. I'll try to check YouTube chat at the end, okay, and just answer all the because yeah. Oh, if I asked if we're getting wave 1 on Amazon again. Okay, so I'll check Amazon right now. I'll have to speed up, but yeah, if you for you guys that okay, so I'll put these two charts together. So this is the chart INTC that I wanted to show you guys the ending pattern on the monthly. But thank you, Billy, for this clarification. So I'll just show you guys the S&P, the SPY, and the INTC pattern comparison, just for your knowledge. So let's go on the 5 minutes. So what did we get here? Look at this pattern, and I'll look at this pattern, right? Okay. So INTC from 28, huge spike up, and how does it end? In ending diagonal, right? Ending diagonal is a 5-wave corrective pattern. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right. So here we knew that INTC would reverse. So look at this pattern, and now look at that. Aren't they similar? Yeah. After a huge run up, if you have something like this, you're likely to come all the way back down, right? Okay. So I hope that that you like this minute of knowledge, and yeah. So what we were saying, that INTC, nice 3-wave right here. So again, it broke the low, so it can go all the way back up. Did we get the break of this high? Yes. As soon as we get the break of this high, the chart can do whatever it wants. Okay, so this is why I don't forecast where the price might end. I don't say, okay, it's going to go to 55, it's going to go to 60. No, I don't say that. I just say, okay, it broke the low. It has 83 to 86% chance of breaking this high now, right? That's all I'm saying. And we did get the break of the high, and we came all the way back down. So now INTC can do many things, okay? And this is where we need to wait. So if this was a first wave up, then we can look for something like that, and then we go back up. But for now, forget it. It's doing a lot of weird stuff, and we'll have to wait. By the way, just looking at VIX, I'm still waiting for the break of this low. So I'm looking at the 1990 area. So if we get VIX at 1990, this is where I'll start to short, okay? Because then I have this pattern where I know that VIX likes to spike every time it breaks the previous low in this environment. And how do I know that? Well, look at this. 1, 2, 3, break the low, and then it spiked, right? So what am I thinking? 1, 2, 3, break the low, and then spike, right? You have to look at the same patterns on different fractals, right? So this is just what I'm looking at. Okay, so as soon as it's going to break 1990, then I'll be confident to short the market. But until then, I'm thinking of this as just it could go back down or it could stay in this range. So this is why I'm not comfortable taking huge position sizes, right? NQ we did. Dow Jones, not really sure again. Like this is, and Dow Jones has the same pattern as IWM. Again, this could very well go back up or could still start tanking. It's difficult, and here it's starting to get difficult. So just stay away. IWM exactly same pattern. So I was looking at something like that, but it's not developing. It's just straight up tanking, right? So obviously the if we follow the trend, we're supposed to be shorting, but I would be careful at least of a big spike up, right? So just keep that in mind. All right, let's check. So let's do Amazon for Billy. So yeah, so if he's looking at this as Elliott wave or whatever, I think they say that okay, so this is an ABC, right? That we pretty much forecasted. I can show you the pattern on my other computer later on in probably for a Christmas stream or whatever. But yeah, we forecasted this down move and this up move, right? And as soon as we get this is the forecast, right? Spike 1, 2, 3, and then next spike. So yeah, and as you can see, I posted the fractal. So this fractal, if you take a copy and put it right there, it's just the smaller one, right? So if you look at this right here, shrink it, boom. What is this? It's the same thing, right? It's the same thing. But here's the thing, right? So I don't know if you guys are options trader, whatever. This is so frustrating to trade with options because all you can do is short some options because the premium, the IV on Amazon right now is at 50%. Like it's just the contracts are not the way the stock is moving is not akin to the contract IV, right? If it's a 50% IV contract, this thing is supposed to move $100 every day, but it's not. It's not like one huge green candle and one huge red. That's what I want if I'm trading 50% IV contracts, but it's not doing it. And yeah, if you're asking if it's wave 1, then yes, you can say that this is a smaller spike on the lower time frame. You can call that a 1. A, B, C correction again, 1, 2, 3 for a 2, right? Because corrections are in the second and fourth wave, and then you're looking for the 3, right? Which is the big wave, right? And then you get another 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another wave down 5, right? So this is the way elite waivers do. But I don't do that because I don't need counts. I don't need counts because I recognize the patterns that I'm looking at, and that's all I care. All I'm focusing on is this. I focus on this. I focus on that. I focus on this. This is all I focus on. The spikes are easy. The spikes are just, there to, they follow. Now, I have to say something though, is that Amazon and some other tech stocks have not had the, really crisp corrections. Like they don't look really good. Okay, so it's tough to understand when they're likely to end, right? So here, for example, we had ER. So on ER, it's tough to really say, oh, is the correction over and we're supposed to tank, or is it over or is it gonna go up still? So sometimes it's tough, but sometimes it's easy. And you have to take it when it's easy. And you might miss them when it's tough, but that's the name of the game sometimes, right? You're gonna miss some, you're gonna get some. So yeah, so we just did Amazon. I think if you get a lower degree correction up, keep on shorting this because there's a huge move down. All right, it's in the spike. It's in the it's trending down, so keep on shorting it. And if we're saying that this is the correction and this is over, then yes, you should be shorting, because we're likely to break 1400. So you might see me saying, yo, 1400 Ps for January. Well, I'm not trolling, because that's what we're looking at. I'm not trolling. Okay. All right, let's do Nvidia really quickly. This is just a short. I mean, as soon as it breaks this low, just take it, right? Because this is just a bear flag. Where have you seen this? Right here, right? This is the same thing. This is the same thing. So this is going to keep on going up. This has no strength at all, and just keep on shorting this. AMD, perfect. Oh my God. If you look at the previous webinar, 1, 2, 3, and then take the short, because we're likely to tank now, right? And you can see we're setting up a bear flag. So how would you trade this? Wait for a break of this line. Wait for a break of this. As soon as you get this break, get some puts. I'm pretty sure we can go a lot lower. I'm looking at this. Okay. All right. MU has ER, so this is gonna be a little bit different. MU could, as you can see, I was, if you look at the previous webinar, I was forecasting 1, 2, 3, break this high, and then tank. What did it do? It ended right here, and then it started tanking. So here's the thing. There's a lot of different ways in which you can see this, and I'll have to do a special webinar in Christmas to show you guys this. But this is where there's some kind of strategy that you can employ for ER, right? So this, at this point, you can see that this is a huge spike up, and then you have the 3-wave inside, right? 1, 2, 3, right? So we might do this 1, 2, 3, and then you're gonna have another spike up. So on ER, this could, I mean, this could spike up. So if we get the spike up though, and if we do get the spike up, then we employ what's called the gap and crap, because if we do get a spike up, this is going to tank straight out of the gates. All right, this is likely to happen if we do get this gap down, this gap from 32 to 41 for no reason, which is really unlikely, but let's say this happens, right? Then for sure this is a short, because then we have the completed pattern and we can go down some more, right? So that's for MU. Let's do QQQ. Same thing. Again, I posted this pattern last 2 webinars, 1, 2, 3, short. So you should be in the short. SMH. So SMH, I posted this 1, 2, 3. Look for the long. We broke the high, so now the chart can do whatever it wants. Came all the way back down, which means that this was an inner pattern for more shorting, right? Because then you can look at this as the 1, 2, 3, right? You might say, well, Dragos, this could be the 1, 2, 3, where you have a 3-wave inside. And yeah, you're right. So now we're looking at this bigger pattern. Spike, 1, 2, 3, and then the next huge spike down on SMH. And this is pretty easy. So what are you looking at right now? How do you trade this? Well, just wait for something here, and then just take the next trade to the downside. Or as soon as it breaks 88, as soon as it breaks this low, then yes, just take a short, because we're likely to just keep on tanking. It's gonna be good. There's gonna be momentum to the downside as soon as it breaks this low. So be sure to chase them, right? This is where, some people ask me, well, how do you counter FOMO? It's not about countering FOMO. It's about understanding what the chart wants to do. So if you understand that this is likely to be a completed pattern, a completed correction, then you're sure that we're just gonna go small sideways and then keep on tanking. So as soon as it breaks this low, you may chase some puts. All right. So look out for that one. Netflix is gonna keep on grinding down. It's just gonna keep on grinding down. There's nothing to say. It's just it has It doesn't have a lot of strength. So yeah, I just think it's gonna stay in this formation for a while, right? Similar to Facebook. Similar to Facebook. It's gonna keep on grinding down. So that's what I think. Apple, short. There's nothing else to say here. Uh, it's in this channel. So as soon as you get a nice move up, look for the next wave down. As soon as you get a nice move up, look for the next wave down, right? You can see that. Wave down, up, wave down, up, wave down, up, wave down. It's very, very easy. So just keep on shorting it. Where can it go? I don't know, but this is just momentum to the downside. So chase the Momo, right? You'd want to chase the Momo. Amazon still a short, but where it's at right now, I cannot short it. If we do get a move up though, come Monday, Tuesday, then for sure I'll reload on some puts. But now the thing is that the IV is just crazy on these contracts, so I cannot do anything. I don't want to pay $9 for some 1400 piece, right? The price of the contract doesn't make sense. This is a 300 points out contract and it's worth $9. I'm not going to pay that much for that because I'm pretty sure that the contract with 20 to 30% IV is worth like what, $5 to $7. So that's what I'm willing to pay for it. So if I see it for $9, it's not a bargain. I'm looking for bargains, right? If you're long options, you want something with low IV because the IV something with low IV can only go, well, not can only go, but I mean, it's likely to go back up or lose a little bit of IV, right? So you want to be long Vega. You want your option to go long Vega, right? To increase with Vega, but I don't see this. If the IV is at 50%, it's likely to lose on Vega, right? So that's why I'm staying away. Now, Google, though, has IV of 30%, which is very, very nice because if we do see huge moves, then this contract is likely to explode a bit more than Amazon's contracts. Now, this one is just pretty perfect. If you look at the webinar that we had 2 weeks ago, again, this is just very simple, right? You get the 1, 2, 3, you break the high. What happens then? What happens after you break the high and you get the 3 wave? You get spike 1, 2, 3, and then you get the next spike. Okay. Now, can you take a short where it's at? I would say wait. I would say here be stingy. All right, be stingy. We're almost at the end of December. The big boys want to show a profit, so they're probably gonna prop it up, right? So wait for an inner 3 wave, and come January, end of January, this is gonna go down. Okay. So wait on Google. Facebook, this is the wave that we were looking at. It's pretty, I don't think it's completed though. I would like to see 148, 150. So this might still grind like that. But as soon as it goes above 150, look for shorts. Okay, because then we get the huge tank. But do I think it's going to tank right now? If my thinking is that they're going to prop it up for the December effect and all that stuff, then no, I don't think they're going to tank it right now. The big boys want to show a profit in this bad market, so they're probably going to prop it up and then tank it to next year. Okay, so wait. Microsoft for sure. This is similar to Amazon. So if you look at the webinar, what we said is that this could either go back up or go down. Now you might say, well, yeah, well, for sure it could either go down or up. But no, you have to see exactly what I said in the webinar. I was like, if it gets rejected after it breaks the high, and it did, then this is for sure going down. Okay. Now I'm pretty sure this is still downside, but I don't think they're gonna make it fall right now. So we might still stay in this sideways, still stay in this sideways, right, until next year. So be on the lookout. They might want to bring it back up. Okay, we might stay in this sideways, and then okay, they tank it. Because I don't see why they would tank it right now. I don't see why. So yeah. All right, let me just check the chat. Okay, everything's good. And yeah, but this is looking like a completed pattern for downside. So this Microsoft and Amazon are the same patterns and they're moving the same way. And they're really showing some signs of weakness in the long term. Okay? All right, so that's MSFT. Baba. Baba is very nice. So this is just continued to the downside, continuation to the downside. You get a 1, 2, 3. Then you can keep on uh, going with the trend, right? So this, as soon as it goes small up, take the short. Okay, small up, take the short. Okay, because it's likely to just keep on falling, right? Baidu, this is very weak. You can see it. You can see it in the way it's trading, right? Every time it's basically trading like a penny stock. You can see that it wants to really explode, right? It wants to explode because we're down from the 300s, right? We're down from 280 all the way to 180. This is down $100, and it's a good company, right? It's the Google of China, but is it showing strength on the chart? Do people from the street want it? No, they don't. Look at this. Every time it goes back up and wants to really explode because it's undervalued, you think it's undervalued, it gets rejected. They don't want that. They they don't. So and here this is just showing real signs of weakness. They're likely to tank it again, right? So look for shorts. Let's do China's really quickly. YY sideways, sideways. IQ, look for some more downside, I guess, but this is really low. As at one point this is gonna explode for sure because this pattern is very explosive, right? But not now, not now. I think it can still keep on grinding down. I lost money on this because I've never really seen this from quote unquote legit companies. I thought this because I actually watch things on IQ, but I guess this has no strength. Huya, same thing, popping right now, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna get slammed back down. Okay, so be careful. Bizun, downside, more downside. Momo, Momo, it's just some more downside. I don't see this going back up, but very interesting chart. So just wait for the break of 22, and then you can take some longs. PDD, my favorite one, because that's the how's it called? The dating show from China. So the strategy on this is just wait for this to come all the way back down here to 17, 16 range, 14 range, and this is like I this is like it's not exactly, but this is like buying gold and silver, right? As soon as it comes in this range, you want to be a buyer because I don't think this is going back down a lot because uh, it has some good backup. It's the Chinese. It's a Chinese broadcasting software, and I'm pretty sure it's really good. So when it comes back to 16, 14, look for buys. Billy, forget. Pretty sure this is going to go down the way this is looking. Neo, nice spike from the bottom, but because China is very weak, it's might just keep on chilling in this range. But yeah, I don't think this is going anywhere. WB, wait for this. So if you get a spike all the way to 73, 75, look for a sideways and for a huge sideways for 1 month. And as soon as you get this sideways, boom, you take the trade. If you don't get these two things, just forget. JD, forget this. This is nothing. Okay, let's do the hyper growth stocks. So BKNG, um, this could this dumped, but I don't think this is very meaningful because we might still do this and then go back up all the way here and then tank, right? So where it's at right now, it could go either ways. I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to spike it one more, and as soon as it breaks 1950, we're gonna reload on the short, right? But for now, I cannot do anything on this. Okay, so just wait. CMG. So okay, what I said on CMG is that I think last 2 weeks, I said that this would be in a very very big sideways. All right, so I'm pretty sure that they're going to keep it on going sideways. Now we did take a long around this area for because we thought that this was a 1 2 3 break the low and then spike, right? So I did take some 500 C's here. Did it work? No, because we didn't get the spike. Now now, if here's the thing though, if I'm saying that this is a completed pattern for upside, I'm expecting it to rip, right? Especially if you're trading options, you should have that in your mindset, because if it doesn't rip, then you're gonna lose out on time decay. If the contract is like what, 1 week out or whatever, you're gonna lose on time decay. So as soon as you see this being wishy-washy, all right, so this is wishy-washy slash corrective style, just get out, because you're not getting this, which I wanted, right? You're getting this wishy-washy thing. All right? So this is just indicating more sideways. Okay? This is just indicating more sideways. All right? So yes, this is likely to go back up. Right? This is very likely to go back up. But when is the golden question, right? The timing is difficult on this one, right? It's going to come, but I don't think it's going to be now. If I do see something completed though, I'll make sure to alert it. But for now, forget it. Okay? All right, Tesla. So Tesla is a difficult one, but I've seen this exact pattern on Baidu. So I'm pretty sure it's going to do this as well. Okay? So what's going to happen on Tesla is I've seen this exact price action on Baidu, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be the same thing. So 1 2 3 up, down. We didn't break the low, so this could be an inner pattern within a bigger correction, which I'm pretty sure it's going to be. So I'm pretty sure they're going to spike it above 390 now to like 402, 402, and then they're going to bring it all the way back down, okay? Before the huge rip. So that's what I'm looking at. So this is for you, Justin. Do you see this? Is it good? Send me a reply, please. Okay, but if you want to see Baidu, then I'll show you as well. Right. So it's, I'm thinking of this. If I think that Tesla is going to be at the highs, then I'm pretty sure it's gonna do something like that, right? Okay. So this is what I'm looking at. Okay. So we're here. We're about to complete this. Okay. You were looking at a range bound between 390 and 240. Yeah, that's what I'm also thinking. So when it comes above, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna spike it above 380, 87, dude. So as soon as, so this is why, because I was trying to short this right here, but it keeps on going up, man. It keeps on going up. So be careful here. So my thinking is that they're going to bring it above 390 on some news, right? On some tweets or whatever. And as soon as it's gonna go parabolic. As soon as it starts going parabolic, short it all the way back down, dude. We're gonna take some 100 points out. Well, so I'm gonna be looking for 100 points out puts, right? Because I'm pretty sure they're gonna bring it all the way back down. Okay. Hopefully the IV is not jacked, but I hope that helps you. I'm looking for a parabolic move because a parabolic move near the highs is almost always indicative of a reversal. Okay, as you've seen it with SPX, as you've seen with BTC, as you've seen with weed. So yeah, uh, a nice parabolic move, and then we'll be able to short this because now this is just going sideways. It's not going anywhere, right? It's not going anywhere. Okay. So yeah, that's Tesla. Where are we? Okay, let's do banks really quickly. Banks, huge. Just keep on uh, on selling those. This is for sure like just downside momentum. Uh, the only bank I would really buy is this one. Yeah, this one as well. It's just very, very big momentum to the downside. WFC is disgusting, right? Because as you've probably seen from my last webinar, I think it's going all the way here. Okay. So JPM as well. JPM is starting to have some real momentum to the downside, and yeah, it's not good. This could still keep on tanking. The only bank I would buy is Deutsche Bank because of the fact that if banks if banks do go back up, then this is a nice spike from the bottom, and if they get bought up, then this is huge with like a 10C or an 11C with a lot of time. If they get bought, then you can make a lot of money. Okay, so Deutsche Bank is a good R2R short, good R2R long. It's probably the best. City is just disgusting. It's just a lot of momentum to the downside, and I don't think it's gonna stop. If you look at the monthly, it's looking to be range bound in this. So yeah, 45, 50 is good range for buyers, but for now, sellers are winning like crazy. So be careful. GS with the 100p. So hopefully we get in the money soon. But yeah, GS is just a huge short, so there's nothing to ask here. Finally, I'm seeing some bids on my 100p contracts for January, and I'm gonna keep on rolling those, right? Because this is just this is similar to HSI. 1, 2, 3, and yeah, looking for 100 on GS. Disney downside. I think I said last 2 weeks. It's holding pretty well. This is kind of a consumer staple because they like Disney a lot. So yeah, man. Every time it comes to this trend line, short. Trend line, short. Okay, that's how it's gonna be because consumer staples are really strong right now because we're in a deflationary phase or whatever, as uh, as you can see because of tech is going down and all that stuff. So yeah, Santa Claus rally though. Comcast starting to show weakness here. And I like the fact that it broke. It attempted to, as you can see, it attempted to spike and to really go, but it got immediately rejected. So as soon as you see this, just wait for sideways and then take the next short. Okay. All right. So that's Comcast. QCOM is very interesting. Still showing some weakness here because, again, and this is similar to Comcast, right? As you can see, tried to spike, got immediately rejected. Sideways, take the short. It's showing a lot of weakness. So keep on shorting this. Oracle. Oracle is the one that I wanted to cover here. I think this one is something you don't want to miss because I think this is probably going to be the chart of the week if I hit it, because if you can see, did we get a matching down move for this? No, we haven't. This, and what I'm saying is that Oracle has been through a 20-year correction. 20-year correction, B wave up. So what I'm saying right now is that this could be the start of the fall for Oracle. Okay? So this is the move that I'm looking at on Oracle, from 50 all the way to 1620. All right? Now you might sound crazy, but this is what the chart is telling me. The chart is telling me there's a huge short. Okay? So yeah. And as you can see here, it tried to pull it off right here. It tried to pull it off, but it didn't. It didn't. They propped it all the way back up. And when they prop it back up, as you've seen with the thing that I showed you on Apple, what ensues after you prop it up? What ensues? Huge tank. A huge tank. So this is probably the chart of the week. It's Oracle. Oracle is the chart of the week because if they might really tank it on ER, and apparently the expected move is only 5%. Okay, the expected move on ER is only 5%, and if I'm saying that there's a huge tank, then this is really good for options trader, because if we do see a $4 down move like from Oracle, then that's a 10% 10% move, and for sure we beat the expected move, and so your contracts actually gain in value. Now, here's the problem. What if this is not a huge tank and we grind all the way back up to 60, 70? Is this possible? Yes, and it would mean that the stock actually goes up on ER. Because now you might say, well, Dragos, isn't this a three-way for upside? Yes, but if we look at the bigger picture, I'm pretty sure it could be, but if you look at the bigger picture, I'm pretty sure this is a lot more likely. Okay, this is a lot more likely. All right. So I would be a seller on Oracle for sure. Okay. And also, this is the same because some businesses that are likely, that are not likely, I mean, correlated, like IBM, you see, they already had this big move down, right? That this was just recently. And what did Oracle do? Nothing. Oracle did nothing. It just stayed in the sideways, right? So I'm pretty sure that Oracle is lagging behind. Okay? Oracle is lagging behind. All right. So, okay. All right, let's speed it up here. Caterpillar. So nice bounce here. It's going sideways. Just wait on this one. I'm pretty sure it's going to try to pull this off. Then it's going to go all the way back up. And then here would be a nice short, right? Caterpillar has these nice three waves before the next spike. So we'll just wait, okay? John Deere, it's pretty nice call. So what we were calling for is a move all the way back here, and then as you can see it two webinars before, this is a 1, 2, 3. All right, and as soon as it breaks this high, look for a short all the way back down, right? So this is ready to get shorted. Now, is this a good short right here? No. As you can see, they're slowing down the price action. They might actually bring it all the way back up, and then it's going to be a short. Okay? Because of the Santa Claus thingy and all that stuff. All right, HD. HD is going to keep on staying in this range. So, yeah. When it comes back up, he may short it. I would just not do anything on this one. Texas Instrument. Similar to Caterpillar. So this is just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then another up move. And here we'll be able to take a nice R2R short. Okay. T is forming a nice base here. T is also looking to go up one more and then downside. All right. FedEx. I thought that FedEx would go for one more up, but it didn't. It just fell right through. So right now we have to change our view of this. And yeah, as soon as it gives us a sideways to the upside, we'll look for another short. Now you can see that this is starting to trend. So as soon as it starts to have this huge trend to the downside, just look for something similar like this. Come back to the trend line, come back near the trend line, and then boom, take the next short, right? Okay. So that's how it is. Johnson and Johnson, my God, dude. Yo, all hail to Neil Patel, man. This guy is crazy. He called us short in the morning. He's like, guys, buyback news on Johnson and Johnson. I'm gonna take the 135 piece. And I was stuck in the metro, so I didn't even see this. But yeah, man, this is just to say I did, and I have to look back at because I didn't see what my thinking was on Johnson and Johnson. But I'm pretty sure I said, guys, this is a wave up. This is a wave. This is a wave down. This is a wave up. We need the third wave down. Now, did I see that it would happen like this? No, I cannot. I can never forecast this. But I'm looking for a down move. Okay, and this guy buyback news, and as with many crazy things, any good news in this market is just getting shorted, like buybacks, aka Apple, and yeah, Johnson and Johnson, the same thing. So it's just crazy, right? Pfizer and healthcare is really looking weak. So look for Pfizer short, Merck short. As you can see, Merck showing some signs of weakness from this huge run up. UNH also, if there is a time to short UNH, and I don't even know if trading view is really bad because I try to take these off all the time, but they keep on reappearing. So not sure what's happening there, but anyway, so finally UNH is showing some signs of weakness, aka Martin Shkreli calling for a short on this one from his prison cell. So again, wait for a 1-2-3 bounce, and then boom. This is going to be another chart of the week or whatever. But for now, I would wait for another move up. But the down move is going to come, and when it comes, we'll be sure to take it. We'll be sure to take it because this huge run up on the weekly. Come on, man. This huge run up on the weekly, you need this. You need a move down for it to continue back up. And the thing is that this up move that we had in 2018 just feels too corrective for me. When it feels too corrective for me, it's called an infinity B wave. Now, if you want to know what an infinity B wave is, just look at my previous webinar. But this needs a down move for it to continue back up. Okay. Now let's cover quickly Amgen because it's similar to UNH and it's one of the other big healthcare company. Well, Amgen, the same thing, and this is similar to Qualcomm, right? Where we're at the top of a range, right? We're clearly at the top of a range, right? Now, what did the chart do? Tried to spike. It attempted and got immediately slammed. All right, and if we're at the top of a range and you see something like that, sideways, and then you get this. All right, you get this. So don't forget this. Okay, don't miss this. This is gonna be huge. All right. So healthcare, look for healthcare weakness. Let's cover CVS really quickly. CVS, the same thing, came to the trend line. I like this company for the future, for the long term, but for the short term, if we do get a sideways, we may go all the way back down. All right. Gilead, downside. Nice 1-2-3 here. As you can see, I was thinking this might go back up, all the way up. We got this spike, but then we came all the way back down. So this never materialized. And instead we got this pattern, and then we're trending to the downside. Okay. Now again, is it time to short? No, I think you need to wait here. You need to wait for this spike, spike. Then you take the short, like on many charts, right? For this week. All right, XOM, oil is starting to get some traction. So as soon as it comes to the low, look for buys. Look for buys. BA, BA in a sideways until the end of the year. I think we're gonna stay here. Then we'll figure it out. But for now, forget. RTN. I'm still in the long on this. I'm looking for a retest of this. Might not happen. We might even go all the way back down, but eventually it's gonna go, right? LMT, same pattern. Okay, so yeah. NOC, exactly the same thing. Pretty sure, but this might be completed though. This could be the completed pattern. I don't think so because of RTN and Co. But if this is the completed pattern, then yeah, we may go down, right? So NOC is probably the weakest of the bunch. PG. So again, this is very well, not surprising, but just consumer staples are just doing very well in this market. So PG, just keep on buying, I guess. I was looking for the down move, but it didn't materialize, right? So this is just one ticker in which you have to take the loss. And maybe the analysis wasn't good, but sometimes that's just the case. And you had to take the loss. So that's what we did here. And it's cool. Walmart, downside. So this is the pattern that I'm looking at. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Whoops. And now it's starting to go down because Costco and Target are really tanking. So yeah. So Target, downside for sure. But they might keep it sideways. And then downside, but for sure the spike is going to go down. So if we do get the retest of 73, look for the short. All right, let me just check. Okay, no questions. Costco, nice short from the ER. And I was looking for a short if it had gapped up, but we didn't get a gap up. If it had gapped up to 240, 242, I would have shorted this like crazy, right? Because this is a pattern that I know, but I don't have anything here. And it just fell right through. So here I'd have to wait. Just wait on this one. NOW going down because of Adobe ER. And as good as cloud is, if it's over an overextended chart, it's gonna have to come back down, right? So as you can see, and if you know, I did call the short on ER. If you've been following the calls, and yeah, that was a pretty easy one, right? So we got this, and another way to understand this is that I was telling my friends that, hey, if you look at the Adobe chart, it keeps on doing higher highs, but every time it does higher highs, it gets rejected. Higher high, rejected. Higher high, rejected. Oh, attempts to go back up, gets rejected. Now, what is this? What does this tell you? This tells you that big boys are actually accumulating for a short. So this is why I called it 235, 230 Ps put spread for ER, because this is just accumulation for a dump, right? Even though the company is Adobe, cloud, and all that stuff, doesn't matter. Look at the chart. Twitter, trending up. So as soon as you get a correction, you may buy this. This is good, right? So just look for a lower degree correction, right? And then buy. I haven't been paying too much attention to this one. Should have probably should have, but yeah, it's just sometimes you miss them, right? So yeah, as soon as you get this, look for the long. W day, a really good cloud stock here. There's, here's the thing. We had ER and it keeps on going back up. It keeps on going higher. So this is where the stock is showing a lot of momentum to the upside on the bigger time frame. So just look for a break of this low. Might not happen, but if it doesn't happen, you have to live with it. But if it does break the low, look for a buy because we're going higher. This is a good one. CRM. As soon as, and sorry, I just wanted to say something to show you guys. But as soon as you get a sideways after an ER, if the ER goes up and the next candles are just high, keeps going in the trend, then as soon as you get a sideways, then this is very, very likely to keep on going up. All right. So this was just for your information. CRM, just some more sideways. Okay. Maybe upside, but sideways. Shopify, you can clearly see that it's in this channel. So it's going to keep on just going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay. Until we do see some real momentum out of the SPY. But eventually this is likely to just explode to the upside. But for now, it's going to be in this range, right? Okay. PayPal, similar to MSFT. So that's a nice short. Came all the way back here. Now you can look for this. All right. We didn't break the high, so what could happen instead? Well, we could just come all the way back here, and this is the 3-wave. 1, 2, 3. Move up, break this high, and then come all the way back down. This actually is more likely. So yeah, look for that one. All right. Okay, let's move on. Spotify, more downside. All right, there's nothing to say here. It's untradeable, basically. Just wait, I guess. The trade is going to happen on ER for sure. When the stock does this, if there's no major news, just leave it. And then on ER, something's going to happen, and it's going to start getting back into, some volatility mode. But for now, it's just a boring stock, so just leave it. Roku, we're looking to complete the waves. So this is just a huge correction. So you can start looking for the upside, right? Okay. SQ. I think SQ has more downside, if I'm not mistaken. I think we might just be in this range. Okay. So yeah, look at this to come near the trend line, then take the next short. We might be in this descending pattern. All right. So as soon as it comes next to the trend line with an up move, then take the short. All right. All right. Let's do this quickly because I don't want to spend too much time on that. This was my favorite sector, but it's now really boring because not much to say. More downside. Lulu downside, sadly. Actually, Lulu came all the way to the trend line, so this one, if it grinds here into next year, because I think you have to let this chart like at least 1 month to unwind this downtrend. But if you let this chart 1 month and it keeps on going sideways in this $6 range, then yeah, you may look for this. But for now, this is just huge momentum to the downside, so keep on shorting, right? ANF as well, just looking to reverse, but there's no strength. So even if you were a buyer, you're likely to just take the break even because there's no strength on this stock. There's nothing to show us real signs of strength. So I'm waiting to add more onto my ANF position. UAA completed the 3-wave, so this is a good buy. Urban Outfitters, huge short. Just keep on selling this. It's going lower. Guess also. It's just in this huge sideways. It's gonna come break this low at 1930, and then you'll be able to take some long positions. Ralph Lauren, just short this. This is garbage. This is not going up. This is huge momentum to the downside. So just keep on shorting that, because the way you go up on this, you might say, oh well, Ralph Lauren is good at these levels. It's oversold and all that crap. Well, no, because look at this, man. This is just this up gets rejected, up gets rejected, up gets rejected. This is just going to keep on happening until you get a huge spike to the upside. But wait, if you're a buyer, just wait for that huge spike to the upside, because what do you get after a huge spike to the upside? To reverse this, you get a sideways. So you'll be able to take it here. There's no point in being first in this. There's no point in just trying to catch the low. That's what I'm saying, right? So all these things with oh, catching a falling knife and all that stuff, well, you don't have to be first in here. You can just wait for a huge spike up sideways, and then you'll take it back up, right? All right. Goose. So there was, my friend told me there were news. I didn't see this with China boycott on Goose products. So yeah, it's just completely reversed. So now this is starting a downtrend, I think. So it's gonna be a good short after a 3-wave. Nike downside. It's pretty crisp. I'm pretty sure I called that in the last webinar. But as I told you guys, we might be in this sideways before come next year. So just we might stay in here, but eventually this is gonna fall, right? Because this bigger pattern is completed. Go watch my previous webinar. I called this exact pattern. Okay. Signe, just downside. Downside, I guess they don't like jewelries. TPR. They're good products. I like their products, but Wall Street doesn't. So keep on shorting. Tiffany, worst company in apparel. Short that thing like hell. All right, keep on shorting this. Tilly's, forget. Michael Kors, short. Okay, let's do weed. So weed is just in this thing where, yes, it may spike one more up, but eventually it's going to keep on falling, right? Okay. So this is just be a very careful buyer. Don't go big on this, okay? Because yes, we might get this up move, but it's for sure going to go lower on the bigger time frame. Okay? Because of the fact that we don't have like, it's just compared to BTC. You compare it to BTC, you have a huge move up, a huge tank, you get a sideways, and then you have a huge sideways down, right? For a long time. So weed is going to go down slowly for a long time, right? That's how it is with highly speculative markets. Okay, Aurora, same thing. It's going to go up, down. Okay. Hexel, same thing, up, down. Cron is a bit different because it had this huge spike on news, but this just means that there's going to be a lot more meat to the downside. So if you want to short a company with bigger R2R, it's definitely this one, right? On the sideways, you can take this short, okay, because it's likely to come all the way back down. All right. Okay. So if you see ACB, CGC, Tilray just spike really hard and this go sideways up all the way to 12, then you want to be short Cron, okay? All right. This one is for my dad. He was long right here when I told him to, and he made some good money. But now this is similar to the other ones. It's very boring. Starbucks, very very good long here. Watch Starbucks this week. Okay, this is similar to W Day, guys. Good ER, and even it's consistent. It's consistent after ER. So if it keeps on going up after a good ER, after a gap up on ER, and creates this big sideways, then this is very very likely to spike back up. Okay, so look for this one. And honestly, to be honest, this pattern looks ready. This pattern looks ready for an upside. So be on the watch out for Starbucks calls. Okay. Win. Win more downside. Whoops. So yep, we broke this high, and now we're just going sideways. Come New Year, we're gonna tank, right? But for now, more sideways. Blackberry for my dad. Well, downside, there's nothing to add here. DUK. Duke, very interesting. I was like, yeah, utilities are going to go higher, but don't trade this because it's boring. It's still boring, but you never know, man. If it starts to go really exponential, just you may chase. You may chase. So be on the lookout for this one. DHR, up then down. All right. We're likely to come all the way back to 95. Avgo. Oh my god, Avgo. I forgot about this chart. Wait, so this is actually another good play, guys. So this is actually another good play. Let's see this one. Yeah, so okay. Let's cover this one in detail. Monthly. What do you see on the monthly? Huge up move, right? It's starting to show weakness. So look for a 3-wave and then short. You get a spike, you get a 1, 2, 3, short. You get another move up, 1, 2, 3, short. All right. This is a nice, very, very good R2R short right now. All right. The thing is that we also saw this potential up move. We didn't trade it because there's a lot of charts and we usually just trade tech. But this was a nice pattern for upside, and we did get it. Now it did break the high, and I didn't see this. I should have paid more attention to this, I guess. But yeah, I mean, we did break the high, and now this, my God, dude, this is actually something that I'll take. I'll tell Neil to find something on this, but this is this is a huge play. So we'll be looking for like probably 200 P's for like March or something like that. But this is like whoa, this is like UPS, right? This is like UPS. Spike 1, 2, 3, spike, right? I mean, this is looking super pretty, right? Okay. Wow. Okay. So I'll be definitely looking at Avgo 200s. All right. All right. Let's finish this webinar in style. IRBT. It's gonna go in the sideways. WDC. Downside some more. It's just the worst company ever. And Riot more downside. So and let's just do REGN because it's my favorite. It's my favorite stock in the biotech sector. And REGN, this guy is also likely to come all the way back down. So this could be the pattern on REGN. So we might even go some lower, some more to the lows. But man, as soon as it comes here, guys, look for a buy because this could be a once in a lifetime trade. If this is a 1, 2, 3 and we're going up, then here we might end to the moon, boys. So yeah, this has been it. for the webinar. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, trading happy trading week to all of you guys. And I'll be sure to answer your questions on the YouTube live webinar next time. But if you have any questions, you may always always. Oh, okay. Thank you, Billy. 215 target on Adobe. Oh, wait. So Richard even popped up. Wow. No, I wasn't looking at the YouTube chat. I messed up something. But thank you for coming, dude. FOMC boring. It's not gonna FOMC is not gonna do anything. The past two FOMCs, nothing has happened, and if we see that FOMC doesn't do anything and we keep on just going sideways on FOMC, what is likely to happen the next day? We're likely to tank, right? We're likely to tank. Look at what has happened for the last two FOMCs. If we get a sideways, then we're likely to tank the next day, right? So look out for that one. Look for patterns. Patterns repeat. Patterns are likely to repeat. Okay? So yeah, thank you guys for popping on, and yeah, I'll end the webinar. So thank you for coming.